life. Princess Diana was a global icon, followed by cameras wherever she went. In death, immortalised as the people's princess, the fascination with her tumultuous marriage and tragic death didn't go away. Well, now a musical about her life is coming to Netflix.
Diana was set to open on Broadway in March, but that was put on hold due to the pandemic. Its streaming release raises questions about whether a retelling is ever in good taste.
OK, well, let's talk about this further, because joining us now is the Queen's former press spokesperson, DICKIE ARBITER, who calls the musical tacky, and Andrew Morton, author of the biography Diana, Her True Story, who's seen the musical, who loves it, and even features in it. There's a character in there based on him. Good morning to both of you. DICKIE ARBITER, let's come to you first. Do you think, I mean, this is at all suitable material for entertainment like this?
I think it's a great pity to have a musical on a tragedy. And yes, Andrew's seen it, Andrew's in it, and he's got a vested interest. I hope that the guy who played you, Andrew, played it true to life. But I just think something like this is a bit tacky. It's quite interesting. The LA Times, reviewing it, said it's the royal purists will be upset by it, won't be able to stomach it. But at the end of the day, it's tongue-in-cheek, bordering on silliness, and shouldn't be taken seriously.
Andrew, you have seen it. Tell us a little bit about it. What's it like, and what's the tone of it, and which parts and aspects of Princess Diana's life are portrayed?
Well, it mainly deals with the relationship between Charles, Diana and Camilla, this triangular relationship, which is at the heart of any drama, whether it be opera, musicals or a play. And I mean, I'm a musical hater. I would rather stick pins in my eyes than go see the average musical. But I loved this, and it was done very well, very sophisticated, very high production values. They've spent millions on it, and Gina DeWall, who you saw there, who plays Diana, has got a great pair of lungs on her. It's also very, very funny at times, and it had the audience on its feet at the end. So, you know, from going to see it first time round and thinking I'm going to have to hide behind the sofa, I ended up tapping my feet and really enjoying it. And I'm sure that your viewers will love it when it comes out on Netflix.
Does it mention? I'm just looking at reports, at reviews that I've seen. I don't know whether this is true. You've seen it. Does it mention suicide attempts and eating disorders and sort of the dark and sad side of Princess Diana's life?
I think they're mentioned. It's not strongly mentioned. It's more the relationship between Charles and Diana and Camilla, and you know, and her trajectory, as it were, of finding herself as a woman and as a princess. And I was watching the end, obviously with her death, and seeing how well they portrayed that, or whether it was going to be really tacky. But it wasn't. It was very touching, actually. And so I came away from it thinking they've done a great job. And it's a real pity that this cast of very energetic, very youthful, very talented people have had the show stopped on Broadway. And it'll be interesting to see how it appears on Netflix, because obviously it's built for the stage.
DICKIE, what do you think the royals would make of this? I'm thinking particularly William and Harry, of course. How do you think they would feel about having their mother's life raked over like this, examined like this, turned into a source of entertainment?
Well, they went through it before in 2013 with the Died of the movie and with Naomi Watts. And they're probably thinking now, oh, goodness me, not again. I think at the end of the day, you've got to look at it for what it is. It's entertainment. It'll appeal to some people. It won't appeal to others. I just wonder, it's an American production, and I wonder if America and those who are producing it would go to their own royalty and produce JFK, John F. Kennedy, the musical, because he had a very colourful life and he had a very tragic ending. Would they do the same with him as they had done with Diana? I very much doubt it.
Andrew, do you have any sympathy for the sons, William and Harry in particular? You know, such a young lad when his mum passed away. We all remember those images where he had to walk behind the casket in front of the whole nation. Over the years, he's talked about his mental health issues. He's going through a really tough time at the moment and seeing how the press is treating his wife. He's almost reliving that. To get a feeling that people may well be sort of looking at his life, his mother's life in the form of a musical could be really difficult for him to take. Do you have any sympathy at all?
I think that both Harry and William have come to terms with the fact that their mother is a historical figure. And I think William even mentioned that in a relatively recent interview. And I think that they've accepted that they don't own Diana in the sense she's, as you said in your introduction, she's a global figure, a global superstar, and many people remember her in different ways. And you could say that, make the same argument for any of the episodes of The Crown. Why would you show those dramas with people still living?
Yeah, there is that ongoing fascination, isn't there, from that point of view? OK, let's leave it there. But Andrew, Morton and Dickie Arbiter, thanks very much for joining us this morning. And thanks to all of you, because you've been getting in contact with your thoughts this morning. Russell on Twitter says, musicals have long been inspired by the lives of people in the spotlight. Look at Evita, Jesus Christ Superstar and Hamilton. Princess Diana's story provides a perfect basis for a musical. But there's another one here, Mouth of Truth on Twitter. I don't get why this is being produced. Who in their right mind would agree to it? It just feels like her memory will be remembered as a song and a dance, and doesn't think that it's respectful that we do this. We're also running a Twitter poll. Should we take a look at the results of this one to find out whether you think it is disrespectful or not? And 67% of you so far are saying that you think it is disrespectful. But as we were saying, it'd be interesting, isn't it, as to whether people will have a little look. Because
it's on Netflix.
Because they'll be intrigued to see what it's going to look like. But
yeah.
you weren't impressed, were you, by what you saw?
Well, just seeing that clip there of the... I mean, I'm not a fan of musicals generally, but just seeing that, I was impressed. I just think it's feeding something in society and entertainment that we don't need. I think there's much more other stuff we can be entertained by. I think better stuff, yeah.